This is the 2017 SEMA show. I'm Kevin Ostie here at SEMA Central, joined by a very special guest, Mr. Sam Schmidt, who is the driver of the SAM project. And we're going to get into that in just a second. But before we do, I think the best way to describe what's going on here, Sam, is to take a look at a very compelling piece of video. Let's show the video, and then we'll talk. Sam, the video is incredible, and your story is amazing. So you were an open wheel racer?
Yes, sir. I actually started in motocross at 5, but transitioned to road racing in my teens, and frankly, my hero was always Rick Mears. A guy that grew up in Bakersfield, came through off-road, came through dirt, street cars, and then, wound up with Roger Penske and won 4 Indy 500. So, the vision was always Indy 500 from a very young age, and would do anything to get there, and fortunately did for 3 years.
It's an amazing story. Many people in your situation use the incident as an unfortunate stopping point, but that's not who you are.
Yeah, I don't know that I really had a choice, at least internally. My dad was paralyzed racing when I was 10. So the nut doesn't fall far from the tree.
Unbelievable.
And he was off-road, class 1 down in Mexico. And they told him never walk or talk again. But through 2 years of outpatient, rigorous, persevering therapy, he regained everything back but his arm and lived an active lifestyle. And so when I got paralyzed 25 years later, you got to get back on the horse and you got to figure out what you're going to do with your life. And so got off the ventilator and tried to figure out what I was going to do, and decided to start a race team. I don't know if that was smart, but I did. And we've had great success with the race team, and then this project came along, and it's been a godsend, frankly, because it really has re-inspired me as far as what is possible if you put the right people in the room with the resources and you say, go fix it. And they got it done. And when I was paralyzed now 18 years ago, one thing I never thought I'd do again is drive.
Yeah.
And now we're driving, so.
Well, and it's such an incredible fashion because doing a little research about the project, so SAM stands for Semi-Autonomous Motor Vehicle, Motor Car.
Yeah, it wasn't even my name. The engineers came up with the acronym before they found me, and it was just ironic or should have happened, or everything happens for a reason, right? They found me, and my name just happened to be Sam, but fits really well.
So the car is it's a Corvette, and it's parked right over here at SEMA Central, and it utilizes technology that most people wouldn't think already existed. It seems like otherworldly to be able to control a car the way it's controlled.
It's the beauty of what Aero does, frankly, because all the technology that is on the car is off the shelf, proven, been around for anywhere from 5 to 10 years. It had just never been configured that way before. So pull from a bunch of suppliers, whip up some software, whip up some hardware, and put it all together. And that's really what allowed us to do the whole thing, soup to nuts in about 9 months. Otherwise, you could have been working on this for years.
Whip up some software. I like that. Whip up a little hardware.
It's easy for me to say. I didn't do anything.
So the short version of how this works is through the sip and puff technology, using your lungs, using some cameras monitoring your head movements. That drives and steers the car.
Which is an evolution. I mean, keep in mind this, we drove it for the first time 3 years ago, and that was a pretty rudimentary system. I mean, I had a hat with some bulky knobs on it, and I had a a bite sensor to stop, and I move my head to go. And as we, just like the cell phone technology has advanced, so has this. We've refined it a couple different, 3 or 4 times for road courses, for going up Pikes Peak, for doing things. Now it's fully programmable. I wear sunglasses, looks cool. I've got a sip and puff straw in my mouth, and I blow to go and I suck to stop, and it's very intuitive. It is absolutely seamless. It happens instantaneously, and fully integrated with the car. And by semi-autonomous, it's the perfect world, because when I'm driving on the street, now I have my license, if something were to go wrong, the car just takes over, right? But in the meantime, I'm in control. And so it's just a phenomenal convergence of everything that they've done.
How did it feel to get back behind the wheel?
Amazing. I mean, I anticipated the anxiety and the nervousness and sort of all the butterflies as I did when I was racing back in the day. But the one thing that I really didn't anticipate, and I had to kind of sit there at the end of the video and shake my head, was how normal it made me feel.
Yeah.
For 17 years, I hadn't felt normal. I hadn't been in control of anything. I need help to do everything in my life. But I was driving in, and I was in total control, and it felt great. So
Awesome.
I can't describe how that feels, but it was amazing.
That is tremendous. Well, I sincerely hope that you continue to progress, that other people can experience this technology and feel that regain of control of themselves. Is there somewhere where people can learn more about it?
Well, Aero.com has a full tutorial with all the information on the technology, and it's one thing that's been unique about Aero is they didn't patent this technology at all. They simply said, we've spent the money, we've developed it. If anybody wants to use this technology to help other people, we'll give it to them for free, which is amazingly unselfish. But number 2, the end goal of all of this, even though I love driving, I love going fast, we've done some great things over the last 3 years, but now we want to transfer this technology to industrial uses, tractor trailer rigs, forklifts, cranes, anything that could put veterans and disabled people back to work so they have a reason to get up every morning. That's the whole end goal here. And if we can get people doing that, then we've all done a home run.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, we appreciate you taking the time and sharing your story with us and everybody here at SEMA. For SEMA Central, I'm Kevin Ostie. Thanks for watching, and we'll have more from the 2017 SEMA show coming soon.